about to head into work for the final time. Today's my last day in my current role, working as a media team leader, one of the local real estate agencies here in Bendigo. I have a mixture of emotions, to be really honest. I feel pretty nervous this morning heading in, looking at all the gear that I've got to bring in. It'll be the last time that I'll have to pack everything into the car, and it'll feel a bit strange that I'm just sort of going to be packing it up and leaving it behind at the office. And yeah, it's a bit surreal in that sense. Not exactly sure how the day's going to go, but I've got a few meetings, got one last property shoot to do, and yeah, hopefully sign off quietly. I'm not one for big farewells or anything like that. I'm happy to sort of up stumps and go. Question I've been getting a lot has been like, why am I leaving and what will I be doing next? And the reason why I'm leaving is a pretty long story, but the long story short is it's time for me to move on. I feel as though I need to make that necessary change to be able to grow and to develop and to pursue my dreams and my goals and my ambitions. And there's a lot more, there's a longer story than that, and there's good and bad reasons as to why I'm leaving, but the core reason is that I'm moving on to pursue something different, hopefully something better as well. As to what I'll be moving on, I have a firm idea as to what I want to do, which I look forward to sharing with everyone in the next few weeks or so. But all in all, I do feel a mixture of emotions. Hopefully today will go okay. As I said before, I'm not one for big farewells or anything like that. The low key, the better. And yeah, just go out on my terms. And so this will be a little more of a behind the scenes video as to what it's like to sort of leave your job and yeah, look back at this time and see how I reflect on it. So yeah, I better get going, and yeah, so follow me along on what is my final day at my current job. So yeah, we got to the end of the day. To be really honest, it was a pretty tough day. Um, right now, I feel a sense of probably a bit of emptiness, to be honest, in that I really did love the job that I was doing and loved working with many of the people there, and also feel pretty empty now that I don't have to lug all my equipment in. But I do feel a sense of, is this the right decision? Not saying I'm regretting the decision. I'm very confident in the decision I've made and what my intentions are moving forward. But yeah, I'd be lying to say if there wasn't a moment where I was like, is this the right decision or not? But with that, there is a sense of comfort knowing that the decision's been made. We've got to this point, and now that it's here, it's time to move on. One thing I do regret is not having the chance to say goodbye to everybody, and certainly wasn't the intent to do that. There's some people away. Real estate is a busy industry, so yeah, there's some people who I really did enjoy working with and didn't get a chance to say goodbye in that context. So I do hope that our paths cross once again at some point. One thing that was really tough was just that last team meeting, and I really had to hold it in because I don't really want to get too emotional about these things. But the reality is that when you leave a job and you leave a team, it's not just a big career move. It's, you're moving on from, that sense of familiarity and that camaraderie. And I was just genuinely fortunate to be able to work with such amazing people, particularly the media team that I got to lead, and even the past team members who were a part of the team. Dan, who brought me into the business, and Joe, who was another person who was great to work with, and with Vince, Anna, Chris, and of course Aiden, my good friend and colleague. I'm certainly going to miss those guys, and I thought we built something pretty strong. And I'll certainly miss you guys, and I'll certainly miss some of the perks and the joys of the role. It's a very demanding role as well, to be completely honest, and in time I'll certainly reflect on how challenging it was and think about what didn't go so well, but I was fortunate to work with so many great people. So I suspect that the full emotions will probably wash through me in the days to come, but I'm very keen to pursue my dreams. And if you're going to live someone's dream, it may as well be yours. And I'm very committed to ensuring that I fulfill my dreams. It is a big risk to leave a job without necessarily having something lined up, especially in this economy, especially in the world as it is at the moment. I do have a clear goal in mind. I'm going to pursue it. This was a necessary change that I had to make in order to achieve this goal and to give me every opportunity to doing that. But taking comfort in the fact that I'm going to have a go and give it my best shot, absolutely manifesting that in years to come when I look back at this episode and think about this time where it was an agonizing decision to leave, that I'm glad that I committed wholeheartedly to pursuing my goals. And another thing that underscores that point, and also previous episodes where I've talked about making time for what matters. I was getting coffee this morning. I happened to bump into someone who I consider a really good friend in my previous life in politics, and I hadn't seen them for a while, and to be honest, I hadn't seen them since the federal election, and I do owe it to them for not having sort of been in touch with them since then. And when we got talking, it was clear that there were other things going on, and I won't go into the details because I want to respect the privacy of the conversation, but for this person there was quite a lot going on. And when you're in politics or in real estate, you've got to have a thick skin, but at times real things happen and the emotions start to hit. And this person had on this particular occasion had some solemn duties to fill out and had a lot on their minds. So I guess again, as we were talking, it's really important to recognize how important it is to make time for the things that matter most and how precious this lifetime is, and to really make the most of it. And again, in this idea of having a dream, and whether it's the Australian dream or to perform on Broadway, to play on the MCG on grand final day, to really hit that massive sale, or to do whatever it is that you really aspire to do, just make sure that the dream that you're living is yours. Make time for what matters most, and yeah, don't waste time doing things that you wouldn't rather be doing. These are all things that have just been reinforced for me today, but in the last couple of weeks as I've gone through the process of realizing that I am leaving my current job to pursue something different. I think that's almost a pretty good way to close out the episode. It's almost dinner time. In fact, I've got to get going. We're once again going out for Winners Grilled because Melbourne won, the Cats won, and Essendon won, if you can believe that. But I hope everything that I've just mentioned is really helpful, and hopefully it's something that you can also reflect on, because I think it's a really important thing worth reflecting on.